Hi, welcome back to my channel. I This is my next thing I'm gonna do. It's a Morse Electrophonic. I believe it's from the mid to late 70s. I actually bought this about 3 years ago at a Savers in Kansas City for $3. As you can see, and then I put it in a storage shed for 2 years, 3 years. I pulled it out of the storage shed up in North Missouri about 2 weeks ago and brought it back home because I kind of wanted to do something with it. It's really trashed, and being in the storage unit did not help things at all. It was a environmentally conditioned storage unit, so it went through some very cold temperatures and some heat over the years. You can see it's got some corrosion on it. What happened is this was sticking out, and I had to tape it back because the front panel, this piece of cheap plastic, was flipping around in there. I just wanted to secure everything. But boy, this thing's a real treasure. I'm gonna move this out to the shop and take it apart. It's got a crack there. It's got a chunk out of there. You can see the dust on it. Modular stereo system. I think this may have come with an 8-track tape player separately. I don't know. Because it's got a tape input in the back. And you can see that says, oh man, it says 4. Why isn't that focusing? 4-channel sound, which means there's connections in the back for front and rear speakers. I don't know how it works. That's bent to crap. Got tape, so yeah, was some kind of a functionality for tape. FM stereo, tuning. It's got a stereo light which works, I can tell you that. But it was tuning, and now it's not, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But probably the best thing about this crack makes a good grab hole. That's what happened in the storage unit. It wasn't like that when I bought it. That's pretty crusty. It's got a Gerard precision designed and crafted in Great Britain. Actually, the turntable's not too bad. I mean, the turntable does spin. Problem is somebody ran off with a needle on this thing, so I'm gonna have to buy another needle to get it working. And when I plug this in, I'll show you what I'm talking about, but it seemed like the speeds were kind of accurate. 4578. The auto works. Arm comes up, moves over, drops, comes back up, and goes back on the retainer. And then the only thing I liked about it actually was this little locking lever would lock after it dropped back down. Yeah, I bet that doesn't do crap. That's a tensioner. It does have a cueing arm in it. And you can set the distance for the different platter sizes, so that's kind of interesting. Actually, the turntable is probably a lot better than the rest of the unit. I'm sure this has got like 2 to 3 watt amplifier transistors in it. It's probably not going to put out much. Let me move this out of the way. Pardon the mess here, but we just got back. We're unpacking. It was kind of an extended trip. The reason why I'm doing this on the back of the couch is because I'm tired of not being able to look at these things with the camera since they're so low. That's the back of it. You got speakers and tape. Main and rear, play and record. Play, record. I don't know what that means. Play and record. Is that like a tape in? I don't know. It actually does have an outlet on there, which is okay. Power consumption, 0.5 amps. Morse Electrophonic Corporation, Brooklyn, New York. Nowhere on here does it say where this was manufactured. Even on the bottom, I'm not going to flip it over because the turntable flops around. But I'm thinking this was probably made in Hong Kong. Anyway, what I'm going to have to do is pull this apart out in the shop. First thing I'll do is I'll plug it up. I'll plug it into some speakers. Obviously, it's got RCA jacks on there. I actually tried to get it working the other day real briefly, and I was getting some crackles out of it, but no music out of the tuner. So, and I think it's I'm almost pretty sure it's the front controls are like trashed. If I spray some deoxide in there, it might start working on the radio anyway. But I can't do anything without the needle, so I have to order that, but I'll show you how it spins. So anyway, give me a minute and I'll take it out to the shop and get it hooked up and plugged in, and then we'll see what it does there. And at that point, then I'll probably pull the chassis out of this case. It's this is plastic, wood grain, but it's plastic. I like the aluminum, or faux aluminum anyway. It's just flashed. It's probably flashed plastic, but definitely 70s. Ugly, crusty, damaged. Everything you like about a thrift store unit. But it does have its charm, so we will investigate that and see if we can get it to sing again. All right, stand by. I just wanted to interject here. I bought this at a thrift store in Alabama for about, I think it was $12. It's Panasonic. 373
Ford Road in Weehawken. You can see the new home, meet the homeowner, meet some of the volunteers, and learn about the Gulf County Recovery Team and some of the stuff they've been doing. Just remember, you did hear about it here on Oyster Radio 106.5 FM.
This thing's actually rated for... This thing's actually rated for 30 watts per channel. I looked up this, I actually downloaded the service manual for this thing. Trying to find a...
You find especially precious to you?
Well, is that the music?
Yeah. But we've got about 30 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of the artifacts were lost because of the fact that they erased this history, so we barely have anything left from.
You can hear the kind of power that puts out. I'm showing you this because that Morse Electrophonic. It's showing a power draw on at a 0.5 watts. So I'm thinking that's probably 1 watt per channel. I don't know, but this thing's got 30 watts per channel, which is kind of amazing. I didn't expect that out of this, but when I looked this thing up, apparently this particular unit has a pretty good following, and the CD works. The tuner's kind of sensitive, actually. It's got the digital tuning on it, which I like. It's got a little useless graphic equalizer, which kind of works. This XBS is like a bass boost, I think, and then the cassette actually works. So I was pretty happy with this, and I had this hooked up in the hotel room while we were there, and pretty much played it all day, just for some background music. But this was a good purchase for the price, and when I get the Morse going, I'll show you how weak the output on that
program on our website at wfsu.org.
I apologize if somebody's wearing headphones and that came out really loud, but anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference between something that has 30 watts per channel and something that has 2 watts per channel. All right, I'll get back to you. All right, I'm in the shop. I've got this plugged into power. I have it hooked into a couple of computer speakers with RCA connectors. I'm not expecting anything out of this. Demonstrating what works on this. Turntable apparently works. Not making any weird noises. Changes speeds appropriately. Gonna do an auto. Okay. That would be nothing. There we go. Now, since this doesn't have a needle on it, I'm not worried about ruining the needle when it touches the plinth or whatever, the top of the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it to come back up again. Goes back. Nope. Nope. Okay. Guess what we're going to try is this. All right. I'm going to set the platter size to a lower. We'll go with a 7. All right. That kind of works. Kind of didn't work. It returns. Try it, does it again. Well, it shut off, but it didn't return all the way. So, obviously, the turntable has some gummy parts in it. What I'm going to do, that's the radio, the tuner. Get nothing. Got AM. FM, tape, phono, nothing, no sound. So we apparently have a problem here with this thing. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. See if I can figure out why the radio doesn't work anymore. At one point years ago when I first got it, it actually did pick up stations, and now it's not doing anything. I believe the tuner string broke just the other day. So this unit is basically a plastic bathtub. It's sealed all the way around. It's one piece on the bottom, on the top. I'm assuming you're going to have to lift off the turntable, and then you're going to have to slide the front of this out to get to it. And I think all the stuff on here is right across the front. So got my work cut out for me. I'm going to probably break this into 2 parts because I'm going to have to mount the camera on a tripod and just leave it static while I take this apart. But if nothing else, I will try to make that second part as quickly as possible. Okay, so we verified what the problems are with this. Turntable's in distress. Yes, it works, but it works poorly. That will have to be looked at. I get nothing out of the AM, FM. There's no needles, so I don't get any phono output. And I haven't tried to hook anything up into the tape input yet, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to work either. All the electronics are right along the front here, so I'm going to have to lift up the turntable, slide the chassis out. This whole thing is one solid piece. It's like a plastic bathtub. I'm hoping the front slides out once I get the turntable removed. But the good news is I'm not getting any weird idler noises out of here, so there may be hope yet. And it might even actually clean up okay if I ever get it to work. You're probably asking me, why am I wasting my time on this piece of junk? For the very reason that it's a piece of junk. And sometimes it's fun to work on a piece of junk. It's not going to be a resurrection. It's just going to see if I can get it to work again. You can see there's probably going to be quite a bit of corrosion on the inside on the circuit board. I think that's probably what's wrong with it at this point. That plus the controls are probably all corroded. Anyway, to get the turntable off, you take that screw off and you take that screw off, and the whole thing should lift out and unplug. At that point, we'll go from there. I need to put the camera on a tripod to do all of this, so I'm going to break this into 2 parts, and this will be the first part. I'm going to spend the next couple days working on the second part, so you should see it hopefully by the beginning of next week. I know you're not all going to be laying in bed at night wondering when my second part's going to come out, but anyway, I hope this first part finds everybody well and healthy, and if you are watching this, please subscribe. My subscriber rate halted, like went to 0. So I've been kind of frozen. I think YouTube froze me. I'm not sure. It's just weird the way it just stopped, you know. But what do I know? I'm just doing this because it interests me. All right, well, thanks. And I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Bye.